Welcome to today's episode of the People's Podcast with me, your host, Cecilia Fadipe, Director, CFBL Consulting. I'm joined by brilliant candidates on the Summer Skills Placement Programme from Royal Holloway, University of London. In today's age of the AI digital revolution, we discuss skills gained and what motivates them as individual people in their respective roles or collectively as a team. Skills gained include people skills such as collaboration and communication, to technical skills, report writing, critical thinking, analytical skills, reasoning and problem solving.
Pleasure having you. How's today's team day been for you?
Great, thank you so much. Today's been great. It was a pleasure meeting everyone, all my colleagues that I had the chance to work with. And yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for organizing this for us.
It's a pleasure, Vic. Thank you.
Khadija, what do you do at CFBL Consulting?
I'm working as an intern, the digital strategy and business development intern. I just started, I think, 4 weeks back, and I am really enjoying my role.
Amazing. What's your favourite part about working here?
I think it's a very supportive and a friendly environment. Since I'm a doctor as well, and Cecilia has been very, very cooperative in managing my things and everything. So I think, and everybody's really helpful. Like if I'm not, getting any tasks done or something, there'll be like people helping me. So.
And are there any fun facts about you, Khadija?
I like going out for walks. I think that's about it. I'm not a very fun person. I like going out. I like traveling.
Thank you, Khadija. Over to Cecilia.
Khadija, my question to you is, what motivates you in what doing at CFBL?
I think since I'm working after like 4 years, so the motivation is like I'll gain some experience, and I think I'll be, working again on my career after four years. So I think, and the environment you're providing, it's amazing. So I think, and after this, if I get a proper job and earn lots of money and then travel around the world, I think that's one of the biggest motivations.
Amazing. Thank you, Khadija.
Thank you.
What do you do at CFBL Consulting?
So I'm a finance advisory and accounting intern. I work on several projects and not necessarily to do with finance. Some to do with finance, some to do with digital strategy. Yeah, that's what I do.
What's your favourite part about working here?
I love the collaborative environment that we have. It's very rare that I'm working on a task on my own. I'm usually collaborating with different team members, and I find that really fun.
Do you have any fun facts about yourself?
One fun fact about myself is that I've lived in 5 countries and I've been to more than 10 schools.
Thank you. Over to Cecilia.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Just going back to your question about all the countries you've lived in, where's been the most amazing place you've been to?
Majority of my childhood was spent in Oman in the Middle East, and I've just fell in love with the country. I love everything about it, and I want to go back there and start a family one day there.
I've been to Dubai. How different is it from Dubai?
Completely different,
Really?
like night and day. Yeah.
And my other question to you now is, what self-motivates you in your work at CFBL?
What self-motivates me? I like to keep myself disciplined and motivated to produce high quality work, to leave a good impression with people.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you, pleasure to me.
Charlotte, what do you do at CFBL Consulting?
I'm a digital and business development intern, so I've done a variety of tasks, some of which are related to the website and the general digital presence of the company, and others are less things that I've got experience in, but still very interesting.
Amazing, thank you. What's your favourite part about working at CFBL Consulting?
I like how helpful everyone's been. Whenever I've had a problem and I don't know how to use a specific software or I don't know how to write a certain style of using a Gantt chart, for example, I haven't used before. People are always open and available to help, so that's very nice.
And are there any fun facts about you?
Last year I crocheted a 7-foot millipede, and I'm currently working on a chainmail shirt.
Thank you. Cecilia, over to you.
Charlotte, it's been a pleasure having you here. And as I mentioned to you earlier, your communication skills are really excellent. So I want you to take that away with you, build on it. It's one of the top skills that you need throughout your career. It's one that I really value, and I want you to develop that even further. And if you can do that, that sky will be your limit. My question for you, Charlotte, is from your perspective, how would you describe the culture at CFBL?
I think it's very welcoming and it's very supportive, which is great, especially for a short placement.
And what has that meant to you personally?
I think it's been a brilliant opportunity for me to sort of grow my confidence in kind of work and stuff that I don't have as much experience in, which I think has been brilliant.
Thank you, Charlotte. It's been a pleasure having you.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
What do you do at CFBL Consulting?
I'm a junior data analyst. I manage most of the IT and digital side of CFBL.
What's your favourite part about working at CFBL?
Being able to make a real impact, all the reports you do, all the recommendations you give, Cecilia goes through all of them. She makes sure it's read properly, she makes sure it's all done and well exhausted. I really feel I can make an impact on the overall company, through the website, through all the subsidiary tools and things like that.
Do you have any fun facts about yourself?
I love gardening. I'm a very avid gardener. I got my own shed.
Thank you. Over to Cecilia.
So self-motivates you,
My Gantt chart, first of all. Secondly, don't want to complete all my tasks to my fullest. I want to be disciplined. I want to be reliable. I want to make sure that everyone knows what I'm up to, what I can do, what will be done by me, things like that. I just want to be a very collaborative person, ensure that everyone understands they're on the same page as me.
How would you say the culture at CFBL has allowed you to blossom?
It's more collaborative than I first thought. Everyone, we have daily meetings. We have Cecilia always checks up on us all the time. We make sure that all our tasks are done. We collaborate whenever we can't get things done on our end for ourselves. We have shared resources, shared tools. We all know what we're doing at those points in our work time, and it's very helpful, very inspiring.
But what do you do at CFBL Consulting?
I was part of the finance team.
What's your favourite part about working at CFBL?
I like that there was always something to do, and I was always doing something. I was just sitting at home doing nothing, just staring at the telly or something. I was always had a project to be working on.
And do you have any fun facts about yourself?
I'm younger than I look.
Thank you, madam. Over to Cecilia.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Can you tell me what self-motivates you in your work at CFBL?
I feel like it's to finish the task, not to put a burden on anyone else. I don't like making other people do my tasks. I would like to do it to a high standard. And Cecilia helped me with that a lot. She was on to me. She'll be sending me emails and be like, redo this work to this standard, what I was missing out, and she'll help me to get to the final position for what my project should be. Yeah, that was it.
And what did you learn from that experience working at CFBL? What did it leave with you?
Sometimes I need to do a bit more work, like I need to produce a high standard. I realised that I thought the directors are involved. I thought maybe it would be a bit more laid back, but I was getting emails every day, seeing how I was doing, how much work I was getting done, and yeah, I didn't expect to be so in the work and with everyone else. I thought a bit more laid back, yeah.
was very workative.
And you got an award when you finished. What did you get your award in? Why do you think you got that award?
I got my analytical skills because I believe I did a lot of analytical work. One of my tasks was to go through a page report, it was around 20 pages, about for Tempstar, I believe, for the restaurant. And I had to make assumptions and see if they were liable, if they were realistic, and yeah, so there was a lot of analytical skills I had to do there.
Thank you for that. It's been a pleasure having you.
It's been a pleasure working.
What are you looking forward to in your placement?
I think the thing I'd be looking the most forward to is being able to apply skills that I've kind of developed over the course of my degree in a more functional way, especially in kind of the work that I'd be doing at CFBL.
Thank you. Do you have any fun facts about yourself?
Fun fact, I like to do photography. I don't post as often as I should, so I just have a massive backlog, but yeah, I do enjoy taking it out. I like to do that.
Thank you. Over to Cecilia.
Adam, I look forward to having you at CFBL. What would you say self-motivates you in your work?
I'd say I like to create work that kind of shows the level of skill that I know I'm capable of. I think I like to have, I'd say I'm somewhat a perfectionist. I like to have stuff up to a high standard, especially again if I know I'm capable of producing that high standard. Especially in work that I may not have a lot of experience in. Again, I don't have a lot of experience with consulting, however, again, I know there's a lot of overlap in terms of soft skills and being able to have technical ability. So I think being able to apply again the skills that I've kind of developed over my degree in an unfamiliar environment would be good.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
To gain from your placement at CFBL Consulting.
I think for me it's important to be able to gain a lot of experience, which I would anyway, but I think that the transferable skills that I then gain to be able to go into the working world, I'd also really like to grow within CFBL as a person in going into my career, potentially coming back and working with you again once I finish university would be really important for me. But in general, the placement itself, I think learning about what I'd be doing within a working world is going into HRI stuff I'm really interested in doing within my career regardless. So I think this placement is really important for me to be able to succeed in what I want to do.
Amazing, thank you. And are there any fun facts about yourself?
I used to bat as well, or major accent, depends on what people like to call it. I did that for about 4 years and I was second place in solo nationals, which was quite fun. I like to crochet and I do like to go on hikes, but other than that I'm quite boring. Yeah.
Isabel? Today been lovely. It's been really nice to be able to meet people and then other people that have had placements already and getting to know people in general. Then also meeting you, it kind of breaks the ice before I do start my placement face to face, and then getting rid of some of that anxiety before I start. Isabel, it's been a pleasure to meet you today. As I mentioned, I can't wait to have you start. I look forward to having you in our HR operating projects too. And it's been good to meet you today. I wish you all the very best as you start your internship with us and for the rest of your career as well.
What do you do at CFBL Consulting?
I did digital strategy and business development for about 4 years. 4 weeks.
Yes. What's your favourite part about CFBL Consulting?
I think it's a very inclusive working environment, and I think you can very much feel like contributing. Whereas I feel like maybe at some other firms, maybe as an intern, you would generally feel more like just like they're like making you just do like the sort of simple tasks they don't want to do. Whereas at CFBL Consulting, we were sort of able to fully take part in projects such as Tempstar and the Founders Project.
Amazing. And do you have any fun facts about yourself?
My personality is entirely based around Arsenal Football Club, and that's how it really.
Thank you. Over to Cecilia.
Michael, it's been a pleasure having you here. As I mentioned to you, your research skills are quite extraordinary. What would you say self-motivates you in your work?
I think probably it's a hard question to answer, but I guess what sort of motivates me is just sort of wanting to sort of like do like really well. I guess like I sort of want to try and complete my tasks to the best of my ability. I think I do show that in my research tasks. I think in general I do enjoy sort of researching. I don't know why. I think it's just maybe naturally being a history undergraduate. I sort of like was quite used to it and sort of quite enjoy like finding things out and maybe like reading other people's perspectives. So I think that probably is what motivates me the most.
Michael, what would you say the culture of CFBL has allowed you to do in your personal life?
It's allowed me to self-improve and grow. You sort of get sort of motivation feedback, I'd say. And I think it's sort of, well, yeah, like I said, you could grow and sort of improve, or maybe some of my weaker points. And I think that's probably quite like a sort of it's like been good for me, especially to like add to my CV and like sort of later on in life in the sort of my career after I graduate. Thank you.
Hi Adam, it is a pleasure interviewing you today on today's episode of the People's Podcast. In this episode, I will have 3 questions for you. The first question is, what made you decide to study computer science at university?
Well, the more practical reason why I chose computer science is that it's a subject I've always done the best at, all the way from GCSE onwards to A-level and so on. But for me, I feel like I've just always enjoyed using and interacting with computers and their various systems. Be that with coding, building my own computer, watching lots and lots of hardware videos, doing deep dives on niche subtopics. I feel like the field as a whole has just always clicked with me.
Adam, my second question to you is, what would you describe as the pros of generative and agentic AI?
I'd say the big pro of where AI is heading, especially with generative and agentic systems, is that it feels like we're unlocking a massive new creative and efficiency tool. For me, it's not just about asking or being able to ask a chatbot any question you want. In a more rudimentary sense, we've always had that with Google and being able to ask any question and get an answer at our fingertips. But it's more about the potential of having an AI partner or helper that can actually do stuff, managing your calendar, drafting complex codes, even mocking up ideas from a simple prompt. I've always enjoyed tinkering and kind of seeing how the systems work together, so the idea of being able to instruct these agents to handle tedious tasks makes sense as a logical next step.
And finally, Adam, what would you say are the cons of generative and agentic AI, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the major con is that it feels like we're building this incredibly powerful engine without fully understanding all of its inner workings, especially as we get closer to super intelligent AI. I mentioned earlier that I like to do, deep dives into niche subtopics in the field, and obviously AI has been really relevant recently, so I've looked into AI safety, and the risk of these systems preventing oversight and, in some cases covering their own tracks is quite unnerving to see. It's one thing when an AI system generates a goofy image, but it's another thing entirely when an agentic system starts being able to interact with the real world on its own.
So for me, I think what I always get from this placements most is that in as much as you'll learn from the CFBL environment, I learn a lot from you guys as well. So I found that incredibly valuable. I have learned a few things, researching skills and using AI a little bit better. From some of you, I have learned about using some tools. I've learned about podcasting, like we're doing now. So many things I've learned from you, and I really value the relationship I have at Royal Holloway University. And each year they send me, candidates of very high caliber. And it's been such a pleasure having all of you this year. I wish you all the very best in your careers, and I look forward to welcoming some of you, if not all of you, back at some point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the People's Podcast with me, your host, Cecilia Fadipi. Do join in the conversation in the comment section below. Subscribe, follow us at CFBL Consulting, and see you next time.